Good morning, church. Once again this Sunday, we're worshiping with proper social distancing. And this morning, we're going to talk about the devil. And the devil wants to get Christians. With all this going on in the world right now, we need to be on our guard, now more than ever. It may be an opportune time for our adversary, the devil, to gain a foothold. In Luke 15:10, we're told that in the same way, I tell you, there's rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. A logical conclusion would tell us that the same thing happens in Satan's realm. You'd better believe that the devil takes great joy when Christians fall. So this morning, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Often we like to talk about heaven and how glorious it's going to be there. But this morning, and every so often, a preacher needs to talk about hell. And hell's not only a real place, but the devil's trying his hardest to get us there, especially Christians. Why does he want Christians? That's simple. Because he already has everyone else. The devil relishes in stealing Christians. In 1 John 5:19, we're told, we know that we are children of God, and that the whole world is under the control of the evil one. The whole world is under the control of the evil one, the devil. In Ephesians 2, Paul tells us this: as for you, you were dead in your transgressions and sins, in which you used to live when you followed the ways of this world and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient. All of us also lived among them at one time, gratifying the cravings of our flesh and following its desires and thoughts. Like the rest, we were by nature deserving of wrath. The devil is the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is at work in the disobedient. That is talking about the devil. And the devil, he's a sneaky one. He appears to be good and represent good things on the outside, but he's wicked and he's rotten to the core. He's wicked through and through. But we're so blessed because we know this about him. God has given us the power to recognize and anticipate the schemes of the devil. And where is this power that God gives us? The power is in the Word. We need to be on constant guard. We need to arm ourselves with the Word. We need to arm ourselves with prayer. Because if we don't, we may find ourselves drifting slowly, without even realizing it, slowly drifting away, becoming lazy in our Christianity. And when this happens, we are right picking for the devil. I believe that it's fair to say that the devil looks for lazy Christians. But what other types of Christians does the devil seek? Have you ever met someone who has arrived? They've reached perfection. They're the ultimate Christian. They no longer have any room to grow, and that probably gives the devil little goosebumps all over his leathery red skin. How about those Christians who distort the word? They tell others there's no way that you could ever be lost. Once you're saved, you're always saved. And often they misquote 1 John 5:18. We know that anyone born of God does not continue to sin. The one who is born of God keeps them safe, and the evil one cannot harm them. Now, this verse alone, without the rest of the scriptures, might lead one to believe incorrectly. Might lead one to believe that once you're saved or become a Christian, that the devil can't touch you. But that's an extremely dangerous thought, especially when it's taken out of context here. That's why the devil loves false teachers. Because if we continue on in the scriptures, we see that over and over the writers warn us to watch out for the devil, to watch out for temptation, lest we fall. We know that as Christians, we do sin. We know that a Christian can fall, losing their salvation. And if we claim that we have not sinned, we make him out to be a liar, and his word is not in us. That's 1 John 1:10. And John is telling us that those who are born of God are no longer going to live a life of sin. We gave ourselves, turned ourselves over to God. We became servants of God in righteousness. Not servants of the devil, not servants of sin. When a Christian is in disobedience, keeping themselves from being pure, and when they are in obedience, the devil cannot touch them. But that is when they are in obedience. And John also says that we're human and we do sin. If we say we do not, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. Now you can't see my notes this morning, but the H in him and the H in his is capitalized. And you know what that means. It means that the him or the he who we're talking about is God. We can't make him a liar because God can't lie. So we will sin. We need to understand that John is not contradicting himself, but he's warning us. The fact is that the devil does win Christians to his side, and we need to guard against this lest we fall.